Good afternoon, guys. Hey, it's Robert Erickson. Today I'm going to give you the 5 things that you need to do to solidify the accepted offer in a multiple offer situation. So with a little bit of hesitancy, I'm going to tell you my secrets, and in 26 years, I've never missed out on a multiple offer situation. So here you go. You have decided that you want to see this house. You're excited about this house. It has the criteria that you need. You get over to that house with your agent, which may be me, and you say, I still love it. Without leaving the house, step number 1, without leaving the house, you call that listing agent. You find out if there's any other offers. And then he says, we have an offer, we have another one coming in. Damn, we're in multiple offer situation. Time to hone in on the house that you want. So number 1 is have a communication before you leave with the listing agent and ask him, is there multiple offers on the situation? How are you handling the multiple offers in that situation? Do you counter everyone? Do you not counter anyone? And if the seller got an offer that was so unbelievable, is he inclined to take that offer? If it's no, not sure, not many showings, I'm not going to give you the information, you got to dig a little more. So step number 2 is you ask the listing agent, what was the expectation from the seller when you listed the house at this X price? If he thought it was going to go in multiple offers, or is this a surprise? Was he calculating it in a way that he would get multiple offer situation? And here's the question, what was the expectation of the seller in regards to the price he thought he was going to get given the price that he listed the house for? So that's number 2. Number 3 is set an expectation with yourself after that conversation, like where is this price going to probably end up? Now your agent may or may not tell you at that time to not freak you out. That would be my strategy, is to have an idea where it would go. So if you have an idea where it's going to go, that communication with the listing agent is going to be key. The second thing you need to do when you leave that house is call your lender and say, I don't want a pre-approval letter, I want an approval letter. I want my ducks in a row such that if in the event that I need to waive the inspection, or not the inspection contingency yet, but the appraisal contingency and my loan contingency, am I going to be okay if I do that? You want to eliminate all of the contingencies that you can in the beginning, so when it comes back, you can be prepared to make the best counter possible. So of course you're going to ask the listing agent, are you going to come back? Do you always come back? Do you give a multiple offer subject to best and final price? If he says yes, you're in the game. The other thing is you need to find out where the other or first offer is at. Is it above? How much is it above? Is it right at the asking? Is it very aggressive? And kind of what the offer is. Now the listing agent may or may not give you that answer, but me as the buyer's agent, your agent, I would strategically ask the question in a way such that you get a range as to where the pricing is now. So when you make an offer, you don't make it below that one. You within that range, maybe a couple thousand above where you think that offer is, maybe 10 or 15,000 above. Now the reason why you do that initial offer is to solidify a counter offer. If you come lower to what you think the first offer is at, they may or not want to counter you at all. They may take the best and final from the beginning and that'll be that. But you don't want that. You want to make sure you get a counter. So when you write that first offer, get within the range and above the range of the first offer that you feel is at. Now the communication with the listing agent is going to be key over the next 4, 5, 6 days. And with other offers coming in, you want to make sure that there is a cutoff time as to when they can expect counter offers and when all the offers have to be in. You're going to hone in on that date because over the next, 4 or 5 days, you're going to be, or your agent is going to be talking to the listing agent. How many do you have? When is the cutoff time? And on the day that there's the cutoff time, let's just say it's 3 or 4 o'clock. Your agent's going to call them at noon and at 1, maybe 2 o'clock and say how many offers you have back, what is the range that are there, what is the seller looking at such that you will get a counter. Now, In the beginning, when you write your first offer, you want to remove as many contingencies as you can. Now, if you are really knowledgeable in the neighborhood and you feel it's going to appraise out at whatever price it goes above, then I would remove the appraisal contingency. By removing the appraisal contingency, it's very key in this market that the seller is going to go, wow, if the appraisal doesn't come out, then the buyer is going to bring in more money. But it is a sure sign that you are very motivated, and you're definitely going to get a counter if you remove your appraisal contingency. So on the day that the counter offers are coming or back to the seller, once you got your counter, this is what you need to do. Your agent's going to call an hour, hour and a half before all the offers are due. Have your ducks in a row, and when that counter offer comes back, this price and or best and final, you have a range, because your agent, myself, would have talked to the listing agent and got you a range as to where you need to come in at. The second round, with you that counter, you're going to become within that range and then go 10,000 above that. Or here's the key, I don't want to give this away, it's not done often, but here's the key. You're listening, you're still listening. And that is that if you say this price and or 1,000 above the highest counter offer, you can't lose unless you don't have your ducks in a row with regards to the lender removing the appraisal and perhaps never the inspection contingency, but you have your appraisal and your loan contingency. Okay? If you're open to removing those, you're a shoe-in on that house. So you need to come back with a counter, all right, that is at or above where you feel the last one came in. Remove your appraisal. If you feel comfortable, remove your loan contingency if you're comfortable. But those are a shoe-in, definitely. So when talking to the listing agent, you need to have your agent, like myself, call the listing agent right before the counters are due and say, are we within the range? What are you a counter at? Now, legally, he can't really tell you. He represents the seller, and if he told you, then the seller may miss out on more money they could get for the house. But now your agent, like myself, has established a relationship with the listing agent through this 5 or 6 days and knows the offers that are coming in and knows where he should be. In fact, the listing agent will probably give you a clue, because at that moment, you are the best buyer that they should accept. You are qualified, you have approval, you're going to remove some contingencies, and you are in. Plus, your agent needs to ask if you can do an escalation clause. And when you do the escalation clause, $1,000, the best offer that came back, you're a shoe-in. So those are the 5, 6, maybe I gave you 8 more things that you can think about and strategize so you can get the house that you want. Now remember, through all this, you and your agent are a partnership. The ebb and flow, the agent is very transparent as the information is coming through so that you can decide if and when you want to go for it and get that house. So I hope all this has answered a lot of questions for you, but strategic planning and giving up on what you feel the house should sell at or appraise at, it's all fair game and love and war, right? So I hope that helps. Call me if you have any questions whatsoever. If you're in a jam, I'm happy to answer any questions. Have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.